Well, here we are, boys, back in the Great American Civil War. It's been an absolutely amazing fight so far, and right now we actually have two different armies in Union territory, of course, doing our best to damage the Union. It does look like, however, that they might be sending one of their larger armies of 34,000 here to attack us. Pretty certain that's going to happen. The Trent affair resolved, we've already looked at that, but essentially the British will not be joining the war right now. And so we don't have to, well, they don't have to worry about that. I'd love to have the British join the war here. Now, imagine if we went for Annapolis, Maryland, or Washington, D.C. We've also got Baltimore very, very close here. But I'm thinking the best thing to do is keep the army of the Shenandoah here. In fact, they're stuck. They cannot move. I might have to actually go ahead and build a depot. I'm not sure... Not sure if the depot is necessary when we are on a city tile. Like, I'm guessing the city probably also gives us some necessary resources or whatever. But I definitely need to get out of this area, that's for sure. Or stay put and just wait for the army of the occupation to arrive. Over here in Cumberland, Maryland, we've got the Army of the Northwest under Garnett, and of course they have caused a lot of confusion for the Federals. So I'm thinking maybe we just keep on going with them. We're also moving the massive Army of the Potomac over here to Winchester, and I am really tempted to send them out for a fight. Also, I didn't show you guys this, but I did get some cavalry for, actually 2,000 cavalry for this army, so they are going to be arriving in time. Excuse me, for this army. So they are going to be arriving in time. But it's going to take some time, of course, and as you can see, we've got a federal army probably about to hit us. Don't think that we're going to be able to get those cav units before the feds arrive. Now, what do we do with Garnett? We've already taken Cumberland. We can't just hang out here. What about that West Virginia militia? 10,000 men. I don't feel safe taking on 10,000 men, but what about going straight to Pittsburgh? Can you guys imagine if we could take Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania here? We're going to go for it. And continue the push. We've also got that super southern general. Where is he? Bragg. Bragg is moving up. There we go. The Army of Florida is moving up. And once we get here, we can, of course, do different things with Bragg. But currently, you know, it is wintertime, and movement is delayed for sure. McCullough at destination. Wise at destination. And those guys are going to be in the west. Let's take a look. So we were falling back with these guys just to get them some better... resources, and it looks like they're in a position where they can get decent resources. I think they also built, yeah, we built a supply depot right here. But with McCullough, we're heading back to Carrollton, Arkansas. Just be absolutely sure that we're in a place where we're not going to be immediately attacked. The point is, we just don't have armies as strong in the west as we do over here in the east, so we got to be careful with that. Well, I mean, Beauregard's more than ready to move. I mean... I'm kind of tempted to just go ahead and attack with Beauregard deep in enemy territory. Well, you know what? Let's go for Baltimore, Maryland, guys. You know what? Aggression wins the day. At least I think that's the case. We're about to find out anyway, so let's head over there. As I mentioned before, we do have the Army of Northern Virginia under Henry Wise here defending the road to Richmond. Otherwise, I would not have sent the Army of the Potomac out, of course. That would be very risky. And actually, as you can see, just moving, I don't know. They're going to be pretty beat up by the time they get there. Yeah, I might just go ahead and stop them. I'm going to hold them here. Only because, again, they're going to be extremely tired by the time they get there. So I'm just going to order them to halt. And they're still getting supplies here. We have, right there, the armory, the Harper's Ferry Armory. Well, I'm guessing that maybe getting another supply depot here wouldn't be a bad thing. Definitely wouldn't be a bad thing. So far, they haven't attacked us. We've gone several days. I think only now is the army attacking. In fact, oh my goodness, guys, Leonidas Polk in the west is now facing a massive army under Nathaniel Lyon. Maybe the Union is deciding to completely focus on the west here. Let's see what happens, guys. It's gonna be a tough fight. Pretty much 2-to-1 odds, slightly over 2-to-1 odds. But we've won fights like that before, so here we go. Oh, I like this. This is a Kentucky battle. So, guys, this battle is going to be taking place very close to Louisville, the actual capital here. And I'm going to put Polk right there on the Sunny Bluffs. And yes, this is definitely not a typical Civil War battle considering the location. I mean, yes, there were fights in Kentucky, but no major battles. I think there was one major battle. It's actually one of the battles on the game here. But pretty rare. And, of course, we've got Springfield, Illinois right across the way. Very, very close to one another. These two states, of course. And hopefully we've got what it takes, boys, to beat the Federals. Look at that! We've got proper snow on this battlefield. Oh, that is just so beautiful, guys. And look at our forces. Certainly not, the intimidating forces we're usually dealing with. But hopefully they're going to make a difference. I'm also going to go ahead and take this guy, Vaughn's men, and just extend our line a little bit. As always, my friends, we shall return when the fighting begins, but I have to say this might be our most beautiful army yet. We've got that beautiful baby blue right there under Jenkins. We've got that rebel red under Gordon. It's just looking really, really nice. Let's hope we come out on top. The end of the day happened very quickly in this battle, and as you can see, I guess because of the weather, etc., it seems that the end of the day seems to happen a lot faster here, but we're simply waiting for the resupply, the deployment. We are pretty much going to continue the same. We're not leaving this location. I mean, again, we have the victory location. They have to come to us. That's just the way it's going to happen. So let's let them do that. Yeah, people have mentioned, like, oh, maybe we should build some trenches. I guess we can try it this time. I've had a lot of other people say it's not worth it. But we'll go ahead and get some breastworks here. Hold on a sec. I'm hoping this builds them. Because I kind of was hoping I could, like, click and drag. Oh, I'm starting to see them now. Hold on. So it looks like only in certain locations. Alright, let's get it started. That's alright. We don't need breastworks to stop these Federals, boys. But I will say, it's snowy as hell out here. It is snowy as hell. An absolute terrible day to fight a battle. But I don't see any Federals yet. So either they're approaching from the flanks, which they've done before. We know that they tend to do that. Or, yeah, they could be. As you can see, they could be going for this location. Or they're still approaching from the front here. It's tough to say. We don't have any cavalry in this fight, so it's not like we can go and scout that location without losing a whole lot of potentially useful soldiers. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to come back when the battle begins. What I'll do is if they take that location, I'll simply flip the army around and start heading that way. Pretty much, because then we at least know that, for the most part, most of their army is going to be over there. In any case, we shall return. The battle is on, boys. It is on. It looks like our artillery actually got the first shot here. We've got Stewart with his 12-pounders, and we've got Gordon with 6-pounders. I don't think the 6-pounders are going to do much, guys, but it's definitely a start. And what we'll do is we'll start detaching skirmishers from these absolutely beautiful units. Is it just me here, or do these units look absolutely majestic, man? I mentioned it in another video, and I'm saying it here, and our new national color for the Confederates is going to be that baby blue. It just looks so damn good, man. I can't get over it. Let's get the Tennessee Guard here. Go ahead and detach some skirmishers. And we are immediately, guys, going to start giving hell to the Union foe. We know how to fight them. We've done it before. Question is, can we win with an army like this? Not a single cavalry unit. I'm not so sure, guys. I'm not so sure this battle, unlike a lot of our other fights, is even a winnable fight. But at the very least, we can try to really damage this army in the west and buy the other two armies that we've got in the west a little bit of time. Polk is going to have to be the sacrificial lamb. Although you never know, man. We've had a lot of luck with these fights, so we'll have to wait and see. Here we go. No, they got across that river quite quickly. Usually they struggle, not this time. Skirmisher against skirmisher. Come on now. I wonder if the battle is going to happen anyway. Maybe we should be pushing these infantry forward and sort of trapping the enemy on that river tile. I think I'm going to stay put. I'll let them cross. I don't think we gain anything by getting close there. They would just simply stay on this edge of the river and fire back at us. So let's let them, like, expel as much energy as possible getting to us. Oh, sorry, guys. Fix my mouse here. My goodness. It's, like, trapped under my keyboard. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Give it to him, son. Oh, Jenkins, man. Mixed muskets. A bunch of people were mentioning this, and they're absolutely correct, and that is that we need to buy better weapons for our men. Not every single one of them has bad weaponry, but the mixed muskets, it's pretty much like whatever you can scavenge. Like, you know, literally could be ball muskets as well as, oh no, didn't mean to do that. Complete mistake. There we go. As well as, mini balls, you know, so it really, with mixed muskets, I think you really leave it up to the men what they bring to the fight. See 14 casualties on the enemy side. That's not good. That's definitely not good. Taking a lot of artillery fire too, but so is the enemy. Although I'm not sure 6-pounder cannonballs are really going to do that much damage. Obviously, nobody wants to get hit with any size cannonball, but I'm just saying that versus some of our like 22-pounders. I mean, that stuff is so deadly. Puts craters in the ground, massive craters. This, not so much. Oh boy, look at that. More Federals crossing on this side. Well, thank goodness we put Smith over here. We're going to have Preston Smith move up on that group. Before they get to our main army, we want to make them suffer a bit. See how the boys here are doing under Jenkins. So they also only have about 14 losses. 1st Brigade is going to be a little bit panicked because we are firing from both sides, but for some reason we're not getting the flank bonus. You know what? This is kind of annoying, but I'm going to redraw like this. See if I can get that flank bonus. Here we go. Start firing on 2nd Brigade from the cover of the railroad. No, of course, this is not cover, but I just think it's pretty cool that we're fighting here next to a damn railroad track. This is certainly an important crossing, that's for sure. Again, I'm so tempted to push forward with one of these brigades, though, like Jenkins' brigade. And you know what? Maybe we should, because I see all this swampland here. I'm almost thinking, like, this is our best chance at a defense. We're just going to micromanage these brigades to a dramatic degree. Like, I'm going to leave that guy behind. I'm going to move Jenkins forward, and I'm also going to move forward with the Tennessee State Militia and start attacking this guy right here. But again, he's not in the best position either. Though I think we have to be aggressive. So far, being aggressive has been very useful to us in this game. How did I do that twice? It's been useful to us in this game, so that's what we're going to do. Yep, they've got an entirely other troop. And actually, look at that. The men are laying down. 2nd Brigade. No, no, no. Those are casualties. Never mind. Oh, they're laying down, all right. No, those are casualties. Sometimes the enemy will lay down to kind of avoid, you know, overwhelming fire. We're going to go for the 2nd group there, 3rd Brigade. And let's start, you know, really hammering away at them. Men, approach the river, boys. It must be done. Hope nobody gets behind us and takes those stony bluffs, but I think this is one way to really take the fight to the enemy. Keep in mind, we're facing an army of over 30,000 men. There we go. That's the first sign of a defeat. We've got one detachment already breaking away. Tennessee State Militia under Preston Smith is moving forward. Hopefully they'll rejoin the group without much difficulty. Is this when the Federals finally teach us a lesson? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I'm actually going to switch Gordon's shots over there to the right side. As you can see, with the 6-pounders, it's like we're not even seeing an explosion happen. It's got to kind of have to take the cannon crew's word for it, basically. Come on, let's go. To war. Same over here. Tennessee State Militia, start firing. We need those skirmishers to be working overtime here. In fact, I might switch. Yeah, let's switch over here. Start firing at 3rd Brigade with a 12-pounder as well. Like, I want everybody focused on that unit because we're going to try to attack these guys. And if we don't destroy these guys, they're almost certainly going to outshoot us. I don't see how they wouldn't. Like, I'll halt him just because I might want to readdress this approach. Here we go, boys. Tennessee State Militia, give them hell. Fire. Oh, damn it, not that. Actually, we've got 1st Brigade already wavering a bit. We might be able to use the Tennessee State Militia elsewhere if we can push back this federal group. And we'll just keep the skirmishers here to keep an eye on the rest of the federal army to make sure they don't send anyone else this way. And that way we can actually assist over here. I think that's definitely a winning approach. But what I am going to do, and I genuinely don't know if there's a defensive bonus on that swamp ground, but I'm going for it. I'm going to take over the swamp. A lot of my boys down from Georgia, Florida, they've been through swamps before. So I'm not too concerned about that. We want to bring this guy, Preston Smith, to that fight on the right side very quickly. The northeast, really. And there we go. We've got another group of skirmishers falling back. I think we're going to have to push a little closer if we want to get a proper volley here. Now, that's a wonderful rifle. Look at that. Just took a chunk out of the Federals there with the Mississippi rifle. Even the artillery is getting a little bit closer to get the best shot there on the Federals. How you boys doing? Get over there, Micah Jenkins. Come on, guys. We need another volley here. Just about every single one of our skirmisher units is no longer interested in fighting. And I can't say I blame them. Just look at the crackling muskets. I love the look of that. Take a look at their casualties. They've only lost 157 men out of 2,700. That's not that many. It's really not that many. And look at how many additional federal units are arriving here. Well, here we go, guys. We are approaching the swamp. Looks like we're going to have to cross the swamp to get shots. I don't really want to do that. So, hold on now. Halt. If I knew any better, I'd say charging would be the best option right now, but we're already in this gunfight. Let's finish it. Finish what you start. Although I'm really tempted now to bring Vaughn's brigade here to assist. I mean, we've already started the fight. It's not like a single brigade here is going to make any sort of difference. So I'm bringing Vaughn in to help here. And overall, this army, not only is it a smaller army, our army I'm talking about, but again, the lack of decent weaponry, just a lot of mixed muskets for the most part, that's going to hurt us big time. Just get Jenkins right there on the edge of the swamp. And then he does what he wants. Yeah, I definitely would not trust this charge. They outnumber us. There we go. There we go. They're falling back. They are falling back. I think so. No, maybe not. They're just reforming over here. They're definitely trying to get across the river. This is like shooting fish at a barrel, boys. Push forward. Like fish in a barrel. Let them have it. This is like the crater in, what's the name of that book? It's also made into a film. The Battle of the Crater. Because now they're kind of stuck crossing this river here, and we can just let them have it. Alright, let's see if they'll dare come across. You can see that's our rifle range, although unfortunately the enemy seems to be already getting shots on us. So we're going to have to get into range. That's another negative aspect of the mixed muskets, guys, is the range is not as good, you know? So here the enemy has a really good advantage on us. Boys, let them have it. No, no, what are you doing? No, no, no. I don't know why sometimes the game does that. We just want you to shoot. Just open fire. No, no, no. Damn it. Not much we can do to stop this. Well, it's not going to go well, I don't think. In any case, if they're going to do that, we might as well just go ahead and do a charge. If they are going to go ahead and attack anyway. There we go. We actually kind of stopped it. But now we're directly in the enemy's face. Fire, boys. Fire. We have never seen a fight like this. Imagine being like 10 feet away from the enemy. Obviously, the rounds are going to be more damaging to both sides. Although, you know what? I am going to go ahead and try to assist these guys. Let's try and save them. We can have Vaughn continue firing down here in the crater. Look at that. Damn, that looks devastating. Maybe this is going to work out after all. Let's see how many they have here in 3rd Brigade. Can we get a number? 1,634. Guys, we have a general right on our backs. We could charge. we're gonna charge. We are gonna charge, boys. Rebel yell. I hope I don't regret this, but I think we've got this one. I think just numbers alone may win this particular charge for us. Of course, our men are going to be tired no matter what, but I'm hoping with that support of the general, the men will keep on fighting. And there we go! Yep! Got the Federals on the run. There we go, boys. Now we're going to do just go ahead and fire at them. If they refuse to retreat, we're also going to just switch fire over here to 2nd Brigade. The fight must continue. We can't busy ourselves with retreating Federal soldiers. That was a hell of a charge, and now let's get back to the battle. Come on now, son. What you waiting for? Wounded and... Oh my goodness, guys. This is our first generals wounded in action. We haven't had anybody killed yet or wounded. Colonel Jenkins and Pemberton. Brigadier General. These are severe wounds, guys. They could be mortal wounds. I don't know. But again, that's the first time we've actually had generals wounded in the fight so far. Now, I bet you gray bellies just want to keep on watching and want to see more. But you're going to have to wait till the next episode. You know how this works. We actually went a little bit over our 20 minutes. I want to know what happens too, man. I want to see how this battle ends. I think we're going to actually have some serious losses here. Some, you know, general kills, whatever. For sure, this is going to be a tough, tough fight. And of course, because of Pemberton going down, his entire unit here is demoralized. That includes Jenkins' brigade. And it looks like these guys have rallied. The Union has rallied while our men have become demoralized. An absolutely terrifying situation. So, prepare for next episode when we find out what happens here at the Battle of Louisville Ferry.